Friends around you who are using iPhone 12. Most of their phones should be intact and never been fallen down to the floor. In recent years, the maintenance of iPhone 10/11 are still occupying the mainstream of the aftermarket. Because iPhone 12 series mobile phones are relatively new, the demand of maintenance is not that large. According to the maintenance market of iPhone, generally, one model reaches the scale shipment in the aftermarket will take about 3 years. Therefore, the shipment of iPhone 10/11 series screens are still occupying the mainstream of the market. With time goes by, the aftermarket of iPhone 12 series screen is expected to enlarge in the second half of this year. In this market analysis video, iPhone 12 series screen as a sample, we'll talk about the screen general situation of iPhone 12 series currently. The original screen of iPhone 12 series. At present, there are 3 types of screens circulating on the market: original disassembly screen, original refurbished screen, OEM screen. At first, let's take a look at original disassembly screen and original refurbished screen. Original disassembly screen and original refurbished screen are very expensive now. Also, their quantities are small. The original disassembly screen, or original refurbished screen, of iPhone 12 or 12 Pro can be found easily on the market, and the screens of iPhone 12 mini and 12 Pro Max are relatively less. Why is the number of original disassembly screen and original refurbished screen relative small? One iPhone 12 series is relative new. The number of maintained and refurbished screen hasn't risen yet. The user's replacement demand is not that strong either. To the domestic maintenance store, once they met the screens like original refurbished screen, will keep and refurbish by themselves. Although iPhone sales great in China, the quantity of screens that can be recycled and then enter the refurbish industry chain are very small. The recycling of iPhone series original screen almost originated from foreign original refurbished screen. Because there is no screen refurbish industry chain in foreign countries, they even import the most basic refurbished consumable material from China. Therefore, these original broken cover plate screens from foreign maintenance store, even if it's just the broken cover plate screen, for them, those are electronic waste. Besides, foreign countries have to pay for recycling e-waste. Therefore, these foreign broken cover plate screen will be returned to China together, after transit through Hong Kong, back to the mainland. However, due to the epidemic in Hong Kong this year, and some indescribable reasons, as a result, these screens recycled from abroad are largely overstocked in Hong Kong, unable to enter the mainland. These original screen are short supply in market. In the situation of demand exceeds supply, the price will increase naturally. In addition to Apple, the price of Android is rising as well, such as Samsung. Such original screens of Samsung S and Note series in China have been increasing price since last year, up more than 30%. It is expected that in this year, the price of original series screen will continue to rise throughout the year. If you are working in the maintenance store, the broken cover plate screens of iPhone 12 series that replaced from your clients, refurbish it by yourself, will be much cheaper than buying it. Finally, take a look at OEM screen. At present, there is only 12/12 Pro OEM screen on the market. There is an abundance supplies on the markets. Compared with the original disassembly screen and original refurbished screen, the OEM screen will be cheaper. Why? Because the OEM screen has nothing to do with original disassembly screen and original refurbished screen. The OEM screens are made of BOE OLED module, while the real original screens are made of Samsung OLED screen. What about the OEM screen of BOE in the market? iPhone had placed sample order of iPhone 12/12 Pro screen from BOE in early days. However, due to the failure of passing the quality test, BOE failed to win the batch production order in the end. The OLED module that BOE used to sample for Apple, after the prohibition period, flow into the market. The OLED module sample that BOE made was according to the Apple's parameter demand, also used the original Apple underlying code. Although BOE didn't get the Apple's production order at last, to some extent, the quality of these screen is very close to the iPhone original screen. But the BOE OLED module that had flown into market developed its own drive scheme later. BOE won't provide the underlying code for the third-party factory. The original OLED module that BOE made for Apple, after developed its own drive scheme, people called it OEM screen. That is the OEM screen on the market. Next, look at the flexible OLED screen of iPhone 12 series. At present in the market, only TCL manufacturer is producing the flexible OLED screen and making only iPhone 12 12th Pro screen. If someone is selling the flexible OLED screen from BOE, that is just the OEM screen we mentioned before. The sample screen that BOE made. Some people sell it as OEM screen. Some people sell it as BOE flexible OLED screen. Besides, the iPhone 12 mini and 12 Pro Max screens, that made of TCL OLED module, are developing by some industry tycoons now. It is expected that TCL screen will be put into the market in the second half of this year. Then look at the hard OLED screen. Currently, K&D Tech, Truly Opto and Edo are making hard OLED screen. The OLED module that K&D Tech produced uses COG scheme. Full HD OLED module. It has a smaller window size compared to the original window. Also, this OLED module screen that K&D Tech produced only has the screen size of iPhone 12 12th Pro for now. The other two models are under development. The OLED module that Edo produced uses COG scheme. Full HD OLED module. The window size is slightly bigger than K&D. The OLED module that Edo produced only has the screen size of iPhone 12 12th Pro for now as well. The other two models are under development. Finally, Truly Opto uses COG scheme. HD OLED module. Compared with K&D and Edo, Truly Opto's window size are bigger. The tycoon who behind the scenes finding Truly Opto to develop OLED module moves faster. All three models are available. As for the other two OLED module model of Edo and K&D, will come out after a while, it won't be long. All models of iPhone 12 series are expected to sell on the market at the end of this year. K&D Tech, Edo, Truly Opto, the OLED module that produced by these manufacturers. If they have to compete in terms of quality, each has its own merits. Although the OLED module of Truly Opto uses HD OLED module, it has a better window, while K&D Tech and Edo are using Full HD OLED module and having a worse window. However, the OLED module that Edo produced uses COF scheme, which is more closer to the original screen. So, which model to choose depends on your product preferences. Moreover, K&D Tech, Truly Opto and Edo are all old brand manufacturers. But on OLED module process, K&D and Edo are better than Truly Opto. The OLED screens of K&D and Edo have cooperated with brand partners. Mobile phone giant like Xiaomi, of Huawei, all place OLED module orders to Edo and K&D Tech. Due to the small capacity of LCD panel of Truly Opto OLED module. So, people find Truly Opto to produce OLED module mainly for supply aftermarket, and its OLED module is mainly HD. Finally, we will look at the TFT screen. The TFT screen of iPhone 12 series, now available on the market is Innolux, Shenchao and Tianma, and all Handstars and HKCR, developing LCD module. Let's talk about the screens that available on the market. The screens that made by the OLED module, produced by Tianma, Innolux and Shenchao. Qualities are basically okay. No obvious problems. Since these three screens had sold aboard, their functionality and stability had been tested. It's okay. The main difference is that the screen of iPhone 12 Pro Max, Tianma's LCD module window, will be more closer to the original screen, while the LCD module of Shenchao and Innolux have a relative smaller window. If you want the original size of iPhone 12 Pro Max, choose the screens made by LCD module that produced by Tianma. In fact, TFT screen technology till now, the display effect is pretty good. As long as you are willing to use good materials, the finished screen won't be too bad. Today, under the situation of original screens are very expensive, TFT is a good choice. In general, now the in-cell screens that available on the market have little optionality, and the current shipments are relatively small. From the second half of this year, it is expected that many iPhone 12 series screen products will be put into the market, including the products that industry tycoons are developing, the products we've already known, and some planning products that we don't know about. So, at the end of this year, the iPhone 12 series screen product line will be very rich. We will also be updated continuously, give you the latest relevant market trends. That is the current market situation analysis of iPhone 12 series screens.